Okay, the last part of our house, 2-point perspective house / neighborhood is going to be adding in the details such as trees and things like that. I'm gonna show you how to add in a regular tree, and I'm also gonna show you how to add in a palm tree. We practiced drawing palm trees in one of our do nows, so I'm gonna do that one first. So let's say that there's a palm tree somewhere behind one of these houses. So I would do the palm coming up behind the house. Let's use just a black marker. So remember, we practiced drawing the trunk of the palm tree, and then we added in the part where we said the branches start to fall down near the trunk. You zoom in a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. Working right here in this area. Okay, so now I'm gonna start adding in my branches. Remember, we said those are gonna sort of go out, sort of like if we were drawing a firework explosion. I'm gonna do about 6 of them, and then our leaves, our palm leaves, are gonna fall downwards. You're gonna do the same thing on the other side, falling straight down. I know some of you said that there's different types of palm trees near where you live. That's fine if you want to try to take a picture of those for reference. I would suggest that you do that, because sometimes it's better to have actual reference of what you have in your area. And then for this part, I'm just going to shade it in. Of course, you guys are going to be adding in color to your projects after you get finished with them, finish with the sketching part. So here's one palm tree. Let's say I want to add in one further down, so I would probably use this diagonal to tell me where about the height needs to be. So it's going to be closer to where the red line is at, and my trunk is going to have to be thinner. My other one comes a little bit above that line, so I'm going to go ahead and add in that part of my palm tree, and then I can do a couple of branches coming out. Of course, it's further in the distance, so the branches are going to be shorter. My leaves are going to be shorter. Can fill that in. So now I have 2 palm trees, and if I want to go further in the distance, take it a step further and draw another one. This one we don't have to put as much detail because it's so far away you're not going to be able to see all of the little branches and the leaves and everything, so you can just add in a couple of lines to give you the illusion that there's a palm tree in the distance. Maybe you want to put one further or closer behind our house. So I'm going to follow this line back again and bring up my really tall palm tree. Add in that pointy part of the branch or the trunk, and then I'm going to add in my palm branches, and then my leaves coming straight down. I think out of all of the trees I've tried to draw, that palm trees are probably the easiest. Other types of trees are a little bit more difficult because of all of the leaves. These leaves are a little bit easier to draw. And then I'm gonna color this part in. Okay, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 palm trees. I think that actually looks pretty good. Zoom out a little bit so we can sort of see it a little bit better. Yeah, I think that actually looks really nice. Okay, next I'm going to on this side, maybe we have a tree behind our building, except we're going to make it into a different type of tree, not a palm tree, and do some branches coming out. Probably a trunk first, and then some branches coming outwards. So the easiest way to do a regular tree is to add in your trunk. So those are going to be like the thicker branches. And go over that so you can see it a little bit better. And really there's no wrong way to do branches or trunks, because trees are pretty irregular, and so they're not going to be perfect. If you mess up, nobody's going to really be able to tell, because trees, they're crooked. The branches are going to be crooked. They're going to go every direction. They break off at some points, and so it's really hard to draw a tree incorrectly. So I just added in a tree trunk, and I have one thick one here and then one coming off to the side, and then I'm adding in thinner branches connected to those, so they just branch out. And then the last step is to add in some type of a leaf. But since it's winter time, you could actually just even leave it like that. Maybe it's like a dead tree or a tree without leaves. But if you want, you can add in some curved lines. Not going to be very realistic, but these curved lines are going to help give the tree its shape, to make it look like it has foliage, like if it has leaves. And I would just draw some coming in. And this would be the part that you actually color in with your color pencils with the green or yellow or mixture. And I would probably leave these in between. I would leave these blank, and then just try to color this sort of cloud part with the green. And I can even go back with my eraser, get rid of some of the extra branches that I did with the pencil, clean it up a little bit. So after you have in your details, like your trees, your street lights, your signs, things like that, I would go ahead and start adding in, or start erasing any of my extra lines with my eraser, and then I would start adding in color. So what I want you guys to use is to use color pencils. With color pencils, it's important that you try to color in solid, unless you're trying to create value, whereas then you need to decide where your light source is going to be at. So let's say our sun is over here. So my lighter my lighter parts of my drawings are going to be coming from this way, and then my darker, so my shadows are going to be like on this side of the building, my shadows are going to be coming this way. So more light. So let's say this is a yellow house. I would color this side of the house yellow, and then the opposite side is going to be more like an orange, a darker color, even like a brown, in order to create the illusion that there's shadow. So let's say this one is a light blue color, a light blue house. So since my light's coming from this way, this side's going to be a lighter blue, and then my shadow will be coming from this direction, and it'll be a darker blue. So I'll actually finish this up, I'll color it in for you, and I'll show you some examples of what I mean by the color and adding in value.